Hey everyone, so this will be part 3 of the general formula of the parabola. So we're going to go through 2 other examples. So this is the third example here. Y equals x squared plus 6x plus 9. Okay, we're just doing the same thing that we did in part 2, which is finding the x and the y-intercept. So we're just going to get straight into it. Okay, so for me to find my y-intercept, I need to let x equal to 0. Okay, so the first part is usually the same. Okay, so I'm just going to write down my formula. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to put wherever I see x, I'm going to put 0, just like this. Okay, 0 squared is equal to 0. 6 times 0 gives me 0 plus 9. 0 plus 0 plus 9 gives me 9. Okay, therefore my y-intercept coordinate is going to be the x-coordinate is going to be 0. Okay, it's coming from here again, if you've forgotten, comma, my y-coordinate for this y-intercept is going to be 9, coming from here. Okay, once I find that, I'm going to find my x-intercept. Okay, because I want to find my x-intercept, I'm going to let y equal to 0 to do the opposite of whatever I'm trying to find. I'm going to write down the equation. Yep, there you go. I'm going to let y equal to 0. So it'll be 0 equals to x squared plus 6x plus 9. Okay. Once I've done that, I'm going to use PSF because there are 3 terms. Okay. My product is 9. So positive 9. My sum is positive 6. So positive 6. My factors are going to be whatever factors 9 can be. So 1 and 9. And 3 and 3. Yeah. So in this case, looking at my factors 1 and 9 and 3 and 3, which one could get me close if I add them together to positive 6? I think you know what the answer is. My factors are going to be 3 and 3, because if I add 3 plus 3 together, it gives me 6. Okay, just to double check, 3 times 3, does it give me positive 9? Yeah, okay. So it satisfies both of these conditions. If it satisfies both of those conditions, that means I got my factors correct. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down 0 equals 2, put 2 brackets as always. I'm going to put an x in each bracket because we're dealing with x squared. And I'm going to put in my factors, x plus 3 and x plus 3. What do you notice here compared to my last example? Well, my 2 factors are exactly the same number, right? They're both positive and they're 3s. So what I can write for this to make it a little bit easier for me as well, I can write down bracket x plus 3 bracket squared, or x plus 3 whole squared. Okay, so in this case, in this scenario, we will only have one x-intercept because there's only one factor that they have in common, positive 3. So what I'm going to write down here is I'm going to write down, rather than that, I'll write down x plus 3 equals to 0. I don't need to write the other option because the other option is going to be the exact same. So I'm just going to work this out. Okay, x plus 3 equals to 0. I want x by itself. So I'm going to subtract 3 on both sides. So do the opposite. And x will equal me to negative 3. Okay. So here, I only have one x-intercept. And I've spoken about this before. A parabola can either have 2 x-intercepts, 1, or none. Okay, in this case, this is a good scenario of it having only 1. So I'm going to write down my x-intercept is, or the coordinate is going to be negative 3, comma, 0. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to sketch it now. So I'm just going to sketch it. Okay, y-intercept is 0, negative, or 0, positive 9. So 0, positive 9 is, let's say, about here. So I'll put a dot there. And my x-intercept is only 1, negative 0. Oh, negative 3, comma 0. So what I'm going to do is, seems as though I put this in the wrong order, it's not in the middle. There we go. My 9 is here. My negative 3, let's say, is right here. Making sure we are labeling where my negative numbers are, like negative 3 or positive 9, wherever it is. So I'll put a dot there. Okay, now I'm going to look back again at my original equation. The number in front of the x squared, that is a positive 1. So positive 1 means that my parabola will look like happy face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw it to the best that I can. I'm going to pass positive 9 as my y-intercepts and just do a curve when I reach that negative 3. Once I've done that, I'm going to label it as y equals x squared plus 6x plus 9. That's it. Okay, let's go through my second example. Y equals x squared minus 9. Same thing. If I want to sketch it, I need to find my intercepts. So my y-intercept is going to be let x equal to 0. So y equals 2. I'm just going to do it straight away. Anytime that I see x in my equation, I'm just going to put 0 in, minus 9. 0 squared gives me 0. Minus 9 is the same. 0 minus 9 gives me negative 9. So my y-intercept, or its coordinate, is going to be 0, comma, negative 9. Remember, in your coordinate, it's x, the x coordinate first, then the y. Once you've done that, find your x-intercept. Okay, when you find your x-intercept, you need to let y equal to 0. Okay, so y equals x squared minus 9. Y is going to equal me to 0. X squared minus 9. Right here, what we're going to do is we're going to use difference between two squares. So difference between two squares is my equation of the following. A plus b bracket a minus b equals me to x. A squared minus b squared. How do I factorize x squared minus 9? It's the following. It can't be HCF because it doesn't have a common factor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the following. Going to use difference between two squares, and to know if it's difference between two squares, it needs to have two terms. 1, 2. Once it has two terms, you need to see if you can square root the b, or the constant. In this case, the 9. If I square root the 9, does it give me a nice whole number? Yeah, if I square root 9, that gives me 3, or plus minus 3. Yeah. So that works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 0 equals 2, bracket, 2 brackets again. X's needs to be in each bracket, so the same. I know that square root 9 equals me to plus minus 3. The reason why it's plus minus 3 is because 3 squared, positive 3 squared gives me 9. But also negative 3 whole squared gives me positive 9 as well. So there's two possibilities. So my factors are going to be positive 3, because it's this option right here, bracket x minus 3, because of this option right here. There's two possibilities. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to write down x plus 3 equals to 0, or x minus 3 equal to 0. Once I've done that, it's an equation, a one-step equation. I'm going to solve it. X will equal me to negative 3, or x is going to equal me to positive 3. Therefore, my x-intercepts, well, the coordinates are -3, 0, and +3, 0. Once I've done that, I'm going to sketch it. So I'm just going to sketch it here. Once again, sketching, it doesn't have to be perfect as long as it looks the right shape and you've got the right intercept. So y-intercept is 0, -9. So this is -9 here. Then my x-intercept is one is -3, 0, and the other one's 3, 0. So -3, 0, let's say it's about here. +3, 0, let's say it's about here. Put a dot on all these 3 points here. Going to look again at my original equation, the number in front of the x squared. That is a +1. So +1 means that it's going to look like a happy face. So this is what I'm going to do. Not the perfect one, but that's okay. Okay, as long as it kind of looks like the shape, try your best to draw it. Once again, I'm going to say this, I'm not a great drawer. Okay, so it should look something like this. Not perfect, but hopefully these two examples make sense. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.